Hello, welcome to the live stream. This is going to be episode 4. I did one earlier this afternoon when I did episode 3 of the watch along. Today, it's today it's episode 4 of an Unearthly Child. And I thought, why not try and do it now? Get it out of the way. I'll be doing another one tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll feature the Daleks. So anyway, let's get on with it. Here we go. 4 of the Unearthly Child. You've got your DVDs ready, primed with your DVD to go in it. Your DVD disc that is Unearthly Child. Bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? Get your tongue around that. And Unearthly Child. Here we go. I'll give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right, as you can tell, the music started, the credits are rolling. Doctor Who symbol is fading away. I will turn it down and I'll explain what's going on. I will pause it for any important information when it comes. There it is. Right, so here's father of a big shot of him, of the father of her. This is called The Firemaker story, written by Anthony Colburn. Right, so I'm going to explain some details that are coming up. This serial, a total of just 30 minutes of especially written incidental music. So the sort of especially this. Oh, I thought I mentioned that. All the cavemen and the doctor, they're all helping bring Sar back because he'd been sort of in a fight with that big monster in the jungle. Now, Kai is going to take his chance and use this to for his own ends, so he can get rid of Sar because he's badly injured, and he's going to accuse him of murder. Right, so that's what's going to happen here. So here we go. In a single 4-hour session on the evening, this went out on the 18th of September. Excuse me, voice. So I've got shouting. So uh, Dan, connection is unstable. Don't worry, I'm back, but you must bear with me. The signal's not very good tonight, but it shouldn't be. It was all right yesterday. So I'm going to get on with it. Hopefully, I can get through this without any more problems. So anyway, her is played by Thea Alethea Charlton. She sadly passed away in 1976. So she's been in it twice. Kai is accusing Sar of basically murder, and it was him, obviously, and her is disputing that, you know. So I've got some more notable facts. Notably, as a regular in the Yorkshire family saga, this is what she was well known for in a television novel. But it was also a television program on ITV called Sam in 1973. So she was well known on that. So anyway, we've got the dialogue going on between Kai and her. He's starting to be aggressive with his suggestion. In the early drafts, the old woman is not murdered. So they obviously did takes on this, but they decided at the end it would be better for the script that she was murdered. So they've got this sort of suspense added into it. So Kai picks up the rock and says, "This is the stone that was used to murder." the old woman. And the old woman was murdered by the rock Kai is holding his hand. But what he doesn't realise is it's his rock. So the doctor looks at it and sees there's blood on this stone, but on that stone there isn't. But in the original take, Sar is sentenced to death by the tribe when he's brought back from the forest. But they changed it around. Wanted they wanted the culprit to be ousted. He and the travellers are imprisoned together in the caves of skulls. That's the original version, but in this one they're not. Guy is established as leader, and Herb pleads with the old woman to stop him killing the prisoners. I remember I'm telling you stuff that you were going with originally, not, but that this time this is the alternative way they ended it doing. Kai insists that the prisoners must be sacrificed to Orb, that thing, and the sun will send the tribe fire. The same with the Aztecs with the water; it will rain if there's a sacrifice. And Barbara, when she was playing the Ataxa goddess, whatever, says rain will come without a sacrifice, and all their beliefs in it. So anyway, this is the same sort of theme. So anyway, carrying on, a close up of the Doctor, William Hartnell. Now, this is where the Doctor stone used to kill disputing it. The evidence of I've gone offline again. Hello, I'm back. I'll carry on. I'll carry on as much as I can because obviously the weather's not too good out there. So you can forgive me. I had to make an apology early on because there was no signal. I was just basically broadcasting to nothing. So hopefully that doesn't happen. There's been a few interruptions, but night time for me is not the best time to do it. Anyway, getting on with this, the recording date for this episode was the 8th of November 1963. As usual, they did it in Studio D, Lime Grove. Now, Lime Grove, remember, they had a lot of problems with Lime Grove. When the heat rose up a bit, the water sprinklers used to go off, so everything got saturated. If you saw it, Adventure in Time and Space, when they were doing the recording, you saw how it was. It started raining, pouring down all over the cameras and everything. It's because it was a bad studio. It was an old studio, but they don't use that studio anymore. I can see why. So anyway, it was Studio D. Remember that Lime Grill do it anymore? There, I'm not surprised. So anyway, Ian backs the Doctor up and says he did it. Kai is the murderer. Let's drive him out with a stone. That's what he's going to do. So here we go. So they throw stones at Kai, and he's been ousted. So he's lost face. Sal gets up, surprisingly, with all the blood and everything. He seems to have enough strength. So they shame him, and he runs out the bloody camp. So Sar is now leader again. But the only problem with that is it's all about uh, getting with Sar leader, and they've established him there, right? They think they've got him on side, but they haven't because he wants them to make them fire, and he's going to keep them there forever. So they're not going to get away. So they've got to come up with a plan to get out of there. Ian says to this is important moral message. One man is not bigger than the tribe, which is true because the majority is more bigger than one person. Because even though he's a leader, he could always be ousted. And that's what Ian's trying to point out to him because not Kai, Star wants to sort of establish himself as leader, but he knows that if he lets them go, he won't be able to make fire because he doesn't know how to make fire, you know? Anyway, in some of this, there is a debate, sometimes heated and passionate, over what the correct title should have been for this, because they had a sort of dispute of what should it be called, the title it's given for this episode. Or, I mean, there were little things like that as well that you don't even think about, a bit frivolous to talk about, but they used to do that a lot, about the title. The title was so important to selling that episode. Isar is talking to the camera. So while that's going on, I'll give you a bit of trivia to say the least. It is worth remembering that for a production team trying to launch a complex and demanding series as Doctor Who was, I'm just waiting for the rest of the information to come up. Here we go. There were more important things to worry about than establishing definitive titles, which the viewers would never see, which is a good point, really. But anyway, Ian has just been sort of held by the cavemen, SARS tribe. So they're not going to let him go. They've taken him prisoner now, and they demand to make fire. But what he says is, "Why I'm keeping you prisoner? I will look after you. I will feed you as long as you make fire. If you do not make fire, I cannot stop the tribe from killing you." So it's a bit of blackmail, really. So they realised it wasn't a good idea, after all, to help Sar establish himself. Camera shot changes, and now we see Kai planning his strategy. Back, he's just watching with his sort of eagle eyes away from the tribe, but just keeping an eye out for the guards, because they've obviously posted guards outside, guys with spears or whatever. Don't forget, they got a fight scene. It's gruesome, with Sa and Kai in the caves fighting each other. But they don't the glory bit where he throws the rock over his head. Just have to use your imagination for that. So anyway, Mervyn Pinfield, the associate producer, made most durable contribution to television by inventing the auto cue. Would you believe it? He was the one that invented it. So you heard it first on Doctor Who. So anyway, a close up of Tsar and Ha having a talk. Remember, he